Montana This Morning continues on Montana's News Leader.
6:30 on this Wednesday post-election day. Chris Mell won the race for mayor in Bozeman last night. He'll take over the office in 2 years. Coming up, what he'll be doing between now and that time when he finally takes the seat and that he won.
Also, President Trump now in China. Coming up, here's some of his tough talk about North Korea as he tries to recruit Chinese leaders, put even more pressure on Kim Jong-un's regime.
Good morning. Like we say, 6:30 here on this Wednesday. We start today with some news and results from municipal elections across the part of Montana. We begin in Bozeman with the mayoral race. In that contest, Councilmember Chris Mell wins with 68% of the vote to 32% for Brian Lemires. Our own Morgan Davies caught up with Mell as he celebrated his win last night and talked about his future job.
Unofficial numbers show that Chris Mell has been elected as the new mayor of Bozeman. Here's what he had to say about the election.
I think it's a good system that we have. It allows anyone to run for mayor because they'll have the 2 years of training wheels, so to speak, to get ready. You watch how the mayor conducts meetings, you learn from that, you build relationships with staff, but you also use that time to reach out to more in the community. I think when you become mayor, you're moving up to 30,000 feet. It's a different operation than, say, the day-to-day of being a commissioner. And so that deputy, in a sense, is the altitude gain. It's while you prepare for that job.
Now, Deputy Mayor Cindy Andrus will take over as mayor come January, and that's when Mell will become deputy mayor. And then after serving as deputy mayor for 2 years, he will then move to mayor. Reporting in Bozeman, Morgan Davies, MTN News.
Thank you, Morgan. And 2 members were elected to the Bozeman City Commission last night. Only incumbent is Eho Pomeroy, who keeps her seat with 23% of the vote. Terry Cunningham is the top vote getter with 31% of the vote. And for those with our 2 new Bozeman City Council members, Doug Chandler and Heidi Arnson, polled well, mounting a strong challenge to Pomeroy, while Matt Saporito trailed right behind.
Down the valley in Belgrade, Russ Nelson was unopposed for mayor and for city commission. Christine Menicucci was unopposed in Ward 2, but there are races in Wards 1 and 3 in Belgrade. Checking on Ward 1 first, incumbent Kenneth Smith, 56% of the vote, keeps his seat over challenger Sarah Udi. Now in Ward 3, incumbent Brad Cooper stays in office with a strong 68% of the vote over challenger Jeannie Brown.
In Manhattan, there were no candidates on the ballot for mayor, so that turned into a writing race only. The winner, Glenn Clements. Also in Manhattan, 2 seats were open to the city council. Challenger Gregory Shack comes out on top with 45% of the vote. The other candidate taking a seat on the council will be Daniel Ryan with 34%. Incumbent Demian Eichel is out of the city government for now with 21%.
Let's head south in Gallatin County, West Yellowstone. No easy race. 8 people vying for 3 seats on the council in West Yellowstone. Incumbent Jerry Johnson stays in place as the top vote getter with 18%. Another incumbent, Bradley Schmier, also keeps his seat with 16% of the vote. Chris Burke will join the council right behind Schmier with 15%. Challenger David Arnado loses, but with a strong 13% of the vote. Incumbent Cole Parker knocked out of his seat. Just a reminder, all these results are rebroadcasting today are unofficial. The official numbers will be verified in about 2 weeks.
And in the Dillon mayoral race, incumbent Michael Clacken was challenged by City Council President Tom Stroh. Clacken easily keeps his seat with 64% of the vote to Tom Stroh's 33%. Also in Dillon, the police department has won approval to raise more than $230,000 to hire 2 more officers to pay for insurance and to buy equipment. And that levy received 62% of the vote.
Good job, voters in Dillon, for that one. Now in Boulder, Jefferson County, voters had a choice of 3 candidates for mayor. Incumbent Gary Kraft was defeated, receiving only 29% of the vote. Challenger Russ Guglio took the mayoral seat, receiving 59% of the vote. Lori Smith trailed with 11%. Now in the Boulder City Council race, Sherry Lepley won the council seat after receiving 73% of the vote, while incumbent Gary Richardson only received 23%, losing his current seat.
And since we can't fit every race in every half hour here on the show, of course, there's a couple of different ways you can see these results. You can watch the crawl on the bottom of the screen. You can click on over to our websites or open your app on your Android or iPhone to get all the latest results.
There you go. And speaking of results, yesterday super frigid, today just plain cold.
Yeah.
And is it going to get any better?
The race is tight.
The incumbent holding?
Yeah. Temperatures remaining pretty cool for the most part today. Making me laugh, Chad. A little much. It's early in the morning and you've only had so much coffee. Temperatures into the teens and 20s early on. I think that we may top out right around the freezing mark today, so we are seeing a bit of a warm up, but I think the more heat, or lack thereof, probably come a little later in the week. Temperatures trying to warm up as we get into your Friday.
Too close to call with just single digits.
Yeah,
That's
right.
It's too close to call yet, Matt.
I want to recount.
For sure.
Oh, talking about some international news now. President Trump continues this overseas trip this morning where he's expected to talk trade and North Korea with Chinese leaders.
Now, before leaving South Korea earlier in the day, Mr. Trump had a message for North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Steve Portnoy is traveling with President and has more this morning from Beijing.
President Trump has touched down in China, the third leg of his Asian tour. His first stop, the Forbidden City, where he sat down for a welcome tea with Chinese leadership. In addition to trade, the president is expected to focus heavily on reining in North Korea.
History is filled with discarded regimes that have foolishly tested America's resolve.
That was Mr. Trump addressing the North Korean situation while wrapping up his visit to South Korea. He spoke at the National Assembly in Seoul, urging Kim Jong-un to abandon his quest for nuclear arms.
The weapons you are acquiring are not making you safer. They are putting your regime in grave danger.
Mr. Trump, though, did dial back the fiery rhetoric he has sometimes used in the past and insisted there is a peaceful solution to this conflict.
It begins with an end to the aggression of your regime, a stop to your development of ballistic missiles, and complete, verifiable, and total denuclearization.
The president's day got off to an inauspicious start. An attempt to make a surprise morning trip to the border with the North was aborted just minutes before landing due to a soupy fog that blanketed the demilitarized zone. President Trump now begins 2 full days of meetings with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Stephen Portnoy, CBS News, with the president in Beijing.
Now we're told the president and first lady will leave China for Vietnam tomorrow night.
Closer to home, the opening of a temporary homeless shelter in Uptown Butte is expected to be delayed until next week. Action Inc. officials confirmed yesterday that the temporary shelter of the agency plans to open in the former Homeward Bound building on North Main. It will likely not be ready until the middle of next week. An elevator in the building failed to pass inspection, and changes will have to be made with the first floor compliant for those with disabilities. Action Inc. plans to use this building as an emergency shelter throughout the winter months, since Butte's former homeless shelter was shut down earlier this year.
In other news this morning, the Belgrade Town and Country grocery store played host to a special group of grocery shoppers yesterday. Michelle Anderson's second grade class from Ridgeview Elementary got a chance to tour the store and then buy some groceries for the Gallatin Valley Food Bank. The students raised $160. Town and Country matched that amount. After the tour, the students divided into groups and each got to spend $16 each on items to help make Thanksgiving a little nicer for some folks this year. For a teacher, this activity full of teachable moments.
Well, we started out with learning money and coins and skip counting and that kind of stuff, and then hopefully they just learn to give back, and that when people need things that they're right there to help them. And
now, this is the 5th year Mrs. Anderson has used the fundraiser as part of her curriculum. After buying the groceries, the students then delivered all the items to the Gallatin Valley Food Bank. Town and Country now not only matched the funds raised by the class, but Ms. Anderson tells us the Town and Country also chipped in to help pay for the bus for the students to visit the store and the food bank. The total spent with the students' fundraising and the matching funds from Town and Country, $320 this year.
I love
It's awesome.
that
Such a
story.
great program by Michelle Anderson.
I absolutely love that. And as we're getting into Can the Grizz and all that, it's just such a wonderful time of year to participate.
And thanks to Town and Country, they had some snacks for some of the students, and they even shared it with the old TV guy covering it. So,
really?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Oh,
I appreciate
that's
it.
so
Yeah, it was
sweet.
nice. It
I'm
helped
gonna
out.
feed
for
this
sure.
guy
Yeah.
sometimes. If you're just joining us, we're about to get into part 2 of a beautiful story of young Dax's story behind the rare bone marrow disease that he was diagnosed with a little over a year ago. We have part 2 of his story coming up in just a moment.
But first, let's head to New York for a quick look at what's coming up this morning on CBS This Morning.
Good morning. Ahead here on CBS This Morning, President Trump's sharp warning to North Korea after his attempted visit to the DMZ. And our conversation with Veterans Affairs Secretary David Shulkin, the changes he's making to the nation's largest healthcare system and his response to the Texas shooter, and whether more could have been done to help him. We'll see you right at 7.